Good morning students. Today we start a new chapter, data structure in Python. And in this chapter we learn about list, stack and queue. So data structure is a way of storing, organizing and retrieving data in a computer so that it can be used most efficiently to give a optimal performance. It defines the relationship between the data and the operations over those data. There are various types of data structures defined in a Python, which helps a computer program to concentrate on the main problem rather than getting lost in the details of data description and the ways of accessing that data. Now the Python data structure. Python data structure is divided into two types, primitive and non-primitive. In primitive data structure we have integer, float, string, boolean. And in non-primitive we have array, list, tuple, dictionary, set and files. List is further divided into two types, linear list and non-linear list. In linear list we have a stack and queue, and in non-linear list we have graphs and trees. Now list is a collection of items and each item has its own index value. Index of the first item is 0 and the last item is n minus 1. Here n is the number of items in a list. Now how we will do the indexing of a list? We have learned this in class 11th also. Suppose we have a list and the items of the list are 80, 60, 70, 85 and 75. Now we have to do the indexing of this list. For the positive indexing we move from left to right and the values start from 0 and end at n minus 1. Suppose the following list have 5 elements, then the last element is at index 4 and first element is at index 0. Same way we can do the negative indexing also, but we start from right to left and the last item is at index minus 5 and the start item is at index minus 1. And how we will create a list? Now lists are enclosed in square brackets and each item is separated by a comma. For example, we have a list 1. It's a variable name, list 1 equals to square brackets we can write English, comma Hindi, comma 1997, comma 2000, and we enclosed it in a square bracket. So this is a way we will create a mixed list, and this list have string values as well as integer values. In the same way we can create a list of strings also, we can create a list of integer values also, and we can create a list of mixed values also, like integer, float and string. Now accessing items from a list. List items can be accessed by using its index position. For example, we have a list and the elements of the list are 3, 5, 9. Now print list of 0. Here 0 is the index value. So it gives us 3. Same way we can print list 1, it gives 5. When we print list 2, it gives 9. Now negative indexing. For negative indexing we start from the minus 1. Indexing will be start from minus 1 and end at minus of n minus 1. So print list of minus 1, it gives 9. When we print list of minus 2, it gives 5, and when we print list of minus 3, it gives 3. Now iterating through a list. Iterating is also known as traversing, and traversing or iterating means accessing each element of a list. And list elements can be accessed either by using for loop or while loop. For example, we have a list equals to 3, 5, 9 and we have to access each element of this list. Then we use a loop. For example, we are using a for loop for I in range 0, len of list. Here len is a function, and len function is used to return the length of the list. Now so we have here we have used the len function. So the len function returns 3 as list contain 3 elements. So a loop starts from 0 and end at 3. Print list of I. Here I is the index value, so it prints 3, 5, 9. Now the important methods and functions of a list. The different methods or functions we use in a list are: first is the append function. Append function is used to add an item at the end of a list. Then we use extend function. Extend function is used to add multiple items at the end of the list. Insert function is used to insert an item at a defined index. Remove method removes item from a list. Del statement is used to delete an item from a list. Clear function is used to delete all the elements from the list. Pop function is used to remove an item at a defined index. Index function is used to return the index of the first matched item. Sort function is used to sort the items of a list in either ascending or descending order. Reverse function is used to reverse the items of a list. Length function returns the total number of elements in a list, or we can say that the total length of the list. Max function returns the maximum element from the list. Min function returns the minimum value from the list. And list of sequence. This is a constructor and it is used to create a tuple, string, set, dictionary into a list. So this is all about the list. In our next class we learn about stacks. Thank you.